Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here this afternoon. My name is Jerry Gordon. I'm the President and CEO of the Fairfax County Economic Development Authority, just across the Woodrow Wilson Bridge in Virginia. We're delighted to have you, everyone here to witness this announcement, the very important announcement for us and a very great opportunity for the Fairfax County and the Virginia economy. We are celebrating the announcement of Recognition Health, a pioneering brand and mind clinic in the United Kingdom, which will expand its international clinical trial services here in the United States with its first clinic located in Fairfax County. It's appropriate that we be doing this at the SelectUSA conference, as it was SelectUSA who brought to our attention this company. We're very pleased with that, and we're very happy to work with SelectUSA as we have compatible missions. Our mission is to expand the economy of Fairfax County, in part by attracting businesses from outside the United States to come here and to facilitate that attraction and to facilitate the appearance of companies here in the United States and in Fairfax County. We have offices in 5 overseas locations, those being London, Berlin, Seoul, Bangalore, Tel Aviv, and we also have a Southern California office as well. Our mission is to grow the economy, and so when a company comes from outside the United States, particularly in an industry that's one of our target industries, we're absolutely delighted. I'd like to recognize just a few people in the audience, some of whom you will hear from very briefly in a moment. Our recognition representatives from the United States, Tom Dent. From the United States, also Dr. James Bixel. Thank you for being here. Tracy Williams as well from the U.S. and from the United Kingdom, Dr. Victoria Eyre. And you will again indeed hear from some of these people. Stuart Baird, who is the Consul and Head of Trade and Investment for the British Embassy, is here. Thank you, sir. Elizabeth McCargo, who is the Vice Consul, Life Sciences and Healthcare for the Department of International Trade at the British Embassy. There you are. Thank you very much. Kate Greer, who is the Chief Communications Officer of the British Embassy. Oh, there you are. Thank you. The lights are catching me. It's hard to see your hand. Deputy Undersecretary of Commerce, Sarah Kempt, and Acting Assistant Secretary of Commerce, Ian Staff. Thank you, both. Gus, Franklin Butte, Chris Higginbotham, Keita Ackerman, and Stephen Myers are all here from SelectUSA. And we appreciate your support and your bringing this company to our attention. Eamon Cooney, who is the chairman of the British American Business Association, a longstanding business association in the community. I don't see Eamon. And Lisa Huffman and Anna Nelson, who come from the Alzheimer's Association. I know they're here. I saw that. There they are. We are, as I said, we're very honored to have the company represented in Fairfax County, and we're going to hear from some of their representatives in just a moment. First, we'll hear from Tom Dent and Dr. Victoria Eyre from Recognition Health, and I will let them come on up, please, and introduce themselves in a little bit more detail and the company.
So as a co-founder and executive chairman, I just want to say how privileged we are actually to be here and able to spend just a few moments talking about our company. And it's quite an honor to be presented this way. Once in maybe a generation, sometimes we have the opportunity to be involved in projects and missions that are far bigger than ourselves and actually have global implications and multi-generational impacts. Recognition Health is involved in that very project. I think every one of us are affected in some way, directly, if not indirectly, by somebody that suffers from mild cognitive impairment to Alzheimer's. It is, at least I believe, one of, if not the largest global health crises that we have in my generation. Recognition Health began in the UK, but we selected the US simply because so many of the pharma are based here in the U.S. Many of the drug trials never leave the U.S. And so as we've become one of the global leaders in identifying, sourcing, and caring for patients to administer these new generation medications with the hope that one of these will become a disease-modifying drug. We felt like we had to be in the U.S. if we were going to be a true leader in this industry sector. We selected Virginia specifically simply because, first, we needed a direct flight from London, and we didn't need to go to the West Coast. A lot of cities qualify, obviously, with that criteria, but more importantly, to do effective clinical trials, you need a diverse ethnic population, you need an educated and informed population, and Northern Virginia certainly qualifies. You also need a concentration of population, and Northern Virginia is known and has been known for a long time as a leader in healthcare services. So when I'm asked what we do, I simply say we want to be one of the solutions. We're passionate about finding a solution for this global crisis, and we represent hope to patients today that have no hope because there is no cure, there's no modifying drug that can really retard the growth of Alzheimer's. So you're not disappointed to hear an English accent. Vicki's going to speak to you just for a few minutes and tell you about our operation and what we actually do. She's our Director of Operations.
So Recognition Health is a pioneering and award-winning brain and mind clinic from the UK. So we started our first centre in 2011 and we've expanded fairly rapidly since. We now have 5 UK centres, all with really experienced teams and really passionate individuals who really want to make a difference in Alzheimer's. We're currently running approximately 20 commercial clinical trials across our centres, with many trials run in multiple centres. Recognition are one of the most successful companies globally, enrolling individuals with mild cognitive impairment and Alzheimer's disease onto clinical trials. This is a very exciting expansion into Virginia with our new site, and it's led by a really experienced team who share the passion of Recognition Health. So I'd like to introduce Tracy and Dr. Bixel from our Virginia site.
Hello. We would just like to thank everyone for letting us have this opportunity as well. And we feel very, very strongly about wanting to offer patients early access to new generation treatments and enhanced medical monitoring for our research centers. Patients are our priority, and we are the reason, and patients are the reason that we do what we do. Alzheimer's and other cognitive-related conditions are growing and totally unacceptable problem, and research is the answer. So thanks for having us. I'd like to now introduce our principal investigator and medical director, James Bixel.
Thank you. As a clinician, I see people with Alzheimer's disease and people who are concerned about their memory every day. And it never ceases to amaze me how many people are looking for a nutritional supplement or a food or a brain game that they can play that's going to fix the problem. And the fact is that none of those things work. The brain games get you better at brain games, but they don't slow the progression of Alzheimer's disease. The only chance we have of solving the disease is through clinical research. And so we're delighted to have a research center in Northern Virginia. Up to now, if you had Alzheimer's and you wanted to be in a clinical trial, you had to go to D.C. There were no clinical trials in Northern Virginia for Alzheimer's disease. And there's a reason for that. Clinical trials are hard to run. They take a lot of money, a lot of investment, a lot of time. And we are delighted that Recognition Health has been willing to put that investment into Northern Virginia and help us deal with this disease. So I'll have to make the plug that if anyone's worried about their memory, please come to one of our information sessions and try to be a part of the cure. Help us find treatment for this disease that will work rather than going to fads that will come and go and that will not work. So thank you.
Thank you both very much. At this point, I'd like to invite our friends from Recognition Health to come back up to the podium, and Vince Barnett from the Commonwealth of Virginia as well.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to be with you today as we celebrate the latest foreign direct investment in the Commonwealth of Virginia, and specifically Fairfax County. On behalf of the Commonwealth, first, I'd like to thank Recognition Health for recognizing the economic opportunities in Virginia and for selecting Virginia and Fairfax County for this opportunity. Today, I'm pleased to present them with the flag that flew over the Capitol in Richmond. We ask that you display this in your new facility and to recognize the new partnership that we have between your company, the Commonwealth of Virginia, and Fairfax County. We are just honored to have you here and look forward to working with you for years to come. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're very fortunate in Fairfax County that we also exist in the Commonwealth of Virginia, which is a very strongly pro-business and very supportive government for business growth. Our final speaker this afternoon is Sarah Kemp, the Deputy Undersecretary of Commerce for International Trade, who oversees the daily operations of the ITA, the International Trade Administration, which has more than 2,100 trade and investment professionals in more than 100 cities and 70 markets, more places than we are, and 70 markets around the world. Ms. Kemp.
Thank you, Joe. But the good news is we're a strong partner, so you don't need to have your own operations. We're all in this together. Let me start by just thanking you all for being here, and a special shout out to our friends at the British Embassy. Enhancing trade and investment between our two great countries is the ballast that keeps us together, and I just want to thank you for all that you've done to support that. So thank you for all you do, and thank you for being with us here today. Also, thank you to the British American Chamber as well for their support and their partnership in this. A huge shout out and congratulations, let me echo those that have come before me, to both the Virginia Commonwealth, well done, and of course, to Chairman Dent and the entire team, well done. Thank you for choosing Virginia, and thank you for all you do. I can't tell you how pleased and honored and thankful I am that you are offering hope. As you said, this is a crisis that we need to address, and it is through such companies as yourselves, in partnership, that we'll be able to solve it. So if I could just end with a very short message of thanks and hope. And I hope that next year, when we all come back, I'll be able to stand here and talk about the expansion of your company, hopefully across the entire United States, as we try to tackle this issue together. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you very much. It has not escaped me that so many of the solutions of today's problems or mankind's problems have come from Fairfax County at one point or the other, going all the way back to George Washington, who was one of our original business people. But we would be absolutely honored, we are very honored to have you locate in Fairfax County, but would be absolutely thrilled to see the solutions for this horrible disease to come from your company within Fairfax County, within Virginia and the United States. So thank you very much. We appreciate your becoming Fairfax County residents and business residents. And I thank everyone else for being here today. Thank you very much.